Welcome back, YouTube. After I got done shooting yesterday, like I said, I had to sit and I had to think about what to do on the other side of this bad boy, but I wanted to show you before I move this out of the way. So this is the top of the bench, right? This is what this is going to look like from the back, of course, you know, stained when I'm done, which is today. It's going to be today. I'm going to stain this bad boy today. I came back through this morning already. I've sanded and refilled and sanded, and I think I'm done shaping everything that I wanted to shape, right? This has got to come off, right? I'm going to move all this back. I'm going to get to staining it, and I've got some aluminum rail, I think, that I'm going to use to attach the top of this, you know, or sorry, the bottom of this to the tops of these, so it can't go anywhere, right? It's already rock solid. It looks amazing. I'll give you a quick shot of the other side real fast. Most folks don't realize, like, this has been a heck of a build, right? It's been a lot of detail, a lot of effort, but it's not done by half yet. So even after I get done staining and sealing and everything, there's still the other side to deal with. The devil's in the details with this guy, and it's going to be a minute before I can really figure out, you know, where does the new cutout need to be? Where are the tools going to sit? How does everything go back together on the other side? But that's going to be super thrilling. So between staining this today and finishing up that backsplash that you might be able to just catch a glimpse of in the corner here, it's going to be a really good day. So let me get this down and off. Let me get everything put away. I'm going to start staining. It's going to be awesome. So I've got everything moved, and like I said, I wanted to give you a quick look at this side, because from this side you really start to get the picture of what's going on here, right? So this is that trim that you saw me putting in yesterday, right? Just so that when you pull these wings out, right, I mean, you still have something nice here. It doesn't just flat off into nothingness, right? And then there, hopefully this will show up on camera, there's actually a set of doors down here. I'm not 100% certain as to what they're supposed to be for on the desk before you turn it into a jeweler's bench. But what we'll be using it for is essentially an electrical patch panel. So all of the wiring that will inevitably end up in this, all the power runs and all the tools and everything, will be internally wired inside the bench. You won't be able to see the wires here, but I'm going to go ahead and start staining in just a minute. Some of these camera angles are not ideal, let's say, and it's because of the cameras that I am currently using. I would love to hear your suggestions. What I am using to film this at the moment happens to be a Canon Rebel T3i running the Magic Lantern firmware, just for a little bit of extra flexibility. I'm beginning to think that my limiting factor in getting better videography is the lens that I'm using, and if that's the case, I'll just pick up a macro lens or I don't know, something with a wider field of view. And I think that might be better. But if you've got suggestions, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. For now, I'm going to get the brushes and the stain, and I'm going to get to work. I hope this gorgeous color is coming through on the video, but the stain is down. I've got to let it dry now. As soon as it's dry, I can throw some varnish on it. We can put this top on. So what I'm going to do while this is drying is work on attaching, or rather making and then attaching the aluminum rails I talked about before. That way, basically, as soon as this is done, you know, we can pop the top on it and put it over here, and then commence with the actual customization, putting in all the tools, all the holders for the tools, so on and so forth. But this is amazing. You will have to check out the high definition gallery to actually get the full effect, or better yet, come see it in person. Our store is open 5 days a week, right? So give me a reason to use this. I'm asking, I'm begging. Right? Let me get to doing this while this dries. So I'm going to go over to the drill press and start working on those aluminum rails, but I figured we'd take just a quick second and run today's segment of, Hey John, what are you doing?
Ooh. Hey guys, so today I'm back at wall tile. I'm taking 3/4 inch strips that I cut out of our floor tile. And I'm creating a border here, and then I'm going to create a border on top of my ledge right here, and then start tiling upwards. So that's what I'm doing.
So, you can tell from the banging behind me, John's making progress on that wall. Or he's just banging on things. I can't quite tell. But it is looking good. So like I keep looking away and then like I look back and there's more done, but all I ever hear is banging. Not the point. The point is, these are the aluminum strips that I was talking about. And I mean, it's just right angle aluminum. I've drilled some holes in it, right? I staggered the holes to hopefully not create like a weak point in the metal. But it shouldn't be a big deal. You know, these will screw into place on the bottom of the bench. I'm going to do them on the bottom first before we place the top, because I can't get a drill like, you know, this way under the top when it's already in place, right? But I can go this way. So I'll leave this so that I screw these in first at the bottom, and then, you know, I can do the sides when it's in place. These are on and attached, and you can see they'll provide good support. This face and of course this face, these will line up with the inside faces of these pieces here, right? And then we'll be able to screw them in. And like I said, I can get the drill in when this is up and off like this. I can't come up and put these screws in when this is actually in place. My stain is drying beautifully. I'm just going to take another couple of minutes and let it, you know, dry up a bit more, and then I'm going to start varnishing. It's going to be amazing. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, what we'll be able to do is put this top on and screw it in place. That way tomorrow we can start figuring out, you know, where is my cutout going to be, how are my tools going to be arranged, all of that. There's a lot more detail work to be done in tool layout than there is in actual gross attachment and, you know, building and construction at this point. But it is no less fun. I'm super excited.
Meanwhile,
John's making progress on that wall. My stain has dried up nicely. In fact, the sun's coming in and warming it up, and everything's looking beautiful. I have got a can of varnish over there, and I am going to go to town on this bad boy. And we're going to see how this looks in just 2 seconds. But I'm thrilled, guys. It's going to be amazing. I've got my varnish on and drying, and this is looking amazing. So I'm going to give this about an hour, maybe 2, to dry, and then we're going to put this top on and see how awesome it really is. So the lion's share of the tile backsplash is done. I think we've got a couple of more of the bottom triangles to lay in. The varnish is dry. We're going to take a second and flip this over. So you can see from your perspective in all, well, not all, but in some of its glory, the top of this thing. Because I don't think I've actually showed you why we went to all the trouble. But John's going to come over here, we're going to flip this bad boy, and when it comes down, make sure you're sitting down, because it is the coolest thing ever. How freaking incredible is that? Look at it. Behold. Yes. I don't know if I could be more excited, guys. This is all coming together so well. I'm really just waiting for something terrible to happen, and I don't think it's going to, which even better, right? So spoiler, this is going to be the catch drawer, right? There's going to be a crescent that will come out of this, just like on the other bench, right? You can see how just awesome this thing is already, right? And it's only going to get better. So it has been amazing having you with us today, right? Check back with us tomorrow. The wall tile will be done, the floor will be sealed, we'll be moving the bench into place so we can start working on customizing it. I think we're going to put the tools back, now that we've got the backsplash back in. There's so much more. There's plumbing, there's electricity, there's customizing this bad boy. I can't wait, right? So check the next video here, check the gallery here. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You'll always get updates, right? And until next time, guys, we'll see you.